Today I'm going to walk you through step by step how to make an economy block, also known as a square and a square block. This classic block dates back to the 1930s and really took off during the Great Depression, mainly because it leaves very little fabric waste. It's a great scrap buster and also one of my favorite ways to give center stage to fussy cut prints. Today I'm using this adorable Seaside fabric by Tasha Noel, paired with coordinating reds, blues, pinks, and low volumes from my stash. I've already starched everything and fussy cut my center squares to 3.5 inches. For the rest of the blocks, here's what you'll need. You'll need 2 squares that are 3 1/4, 2 squares that are 4 1/4, 2 squares that are 5 1/2, and 2 squares that are 7 1/4. I'm alternating patterned and low volume prints, but feel free to mix and match however you like. Now let's prep our fabric. We'll start by cutting all of our squares in half diagonally to make triangles. If you're using a directional print, we're going to rotate 1 square of each of the pairs 90 degrees. This way when we go to line them up, the pattern will go in the correct direction. And again, here we've got a directional pattern. So we're gonna rotate 1 block 90 degrees. And cut. With our triangles ready, it's time to sew. I like to fold my fussy cut center square blocks in half both ways to find the center. This helps with accurate placement of our triangles. So we're going to start by lining up 2 of our 3 1/4 inch triangles opposite from each other. And pen. See how we kind of matched this up to the center just to make sure it's going to be as squared up as possible. Then we'll flip it over, do the same thing with this other one. And pen. Then we'll head to the sewing machine and sew our 1/4 inch seam allowance on each side. I've pressed away from the center block. And now we're going to do the same thing with the other 2 sides. We're going to line our triangles up with the crease we made. Pin on both sides. Do the same thing over here. Pin. Once again, sew our 1/4 inch seam and press away from the center block. I've trimmed my block to 4 3/4 square inch. Now we're ready to grab triangles from our 4 1/4 inch squares, and we're going to repeat the process. 2 triangles at a time, opposite of each other, press and sew. This one we're going to pay extra careful attention to because we do have our directional print. So we're going to make sure we have everything going the right direction. Then we'll place and pen. We'll head to the sewing machine, sew our 1/4 inch seam on both sides, press away, and then do the exact same thing for the other 2. Here's the block, all sewn, ready to trim. We're going to make this one 6 1/2 inches squared. So I'm actually going to use the 6 1/2 inch ruler, and I'm going to try to line up these dots at 3 1/4 at each corner to keep it as square as I can. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut. 6.5 inches. Now we're ready to grab our 5.5 inch square triangles. Same thing, 2 at a time, pin, sew 1/4 inch seam, press away from the center block. Here's our current block. It's turning out so cute. We're gonna go ahead and trim this one to 9 inches square. And we're already here to our final round. So again, I have some directional fabric, so I just wanna make sure that I have it lined up so that it's all going the same way. Just like that. And then I'll repeat just as I've been doing. Pin the opposites, sew, pin the opposites, and press everything away. Pin the last 2. 1/4 inch seam again, press away. Then trim your block to 12.5 inches, and just like that, your economy block is done. Once you get into a rhythm, these blocks come together quickly and they really make an impact. I went ahead and made 30 blocks for this quilt top, and it feels just like a coastal summer. If you make an economy block, I'd love to see it. Email me or tag me on Instagram. I love to see what y'all are creating. And as always, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel for more quilting tips, tricks, and tutorials. See y'all next time.